Welcome back to ZE Koi. Today, I've got something incredibly special for you. We're talking about a coin that's turning heads and making some serious noise in the coin collecting community. It's the 2006 P quarter with an 1889 mint mark, and let me tell you, it's worth some serious cash. Yes, you heard me right, this quarter is currently valued at a whopping $38,600. But why? How did this coin get so valuable, and how can you tell if you might have one hiding in your collection? Well, stick around, because I'm going to break it all down. Alright, first things first, let's dive into the background of this mysterious quarter. The 2006 P quarter is part of the State Quarter series, a program by the U.S. Mint that began in 1999 and continued until 2008. But what really sets this one apart is the 1889 mint mark. Now, hold up, I know what you're thinking, 1889. That's over 100 years before 2006. And you're absolutely right, this is where the story gets interesting. At first glance, this coin looks like an ordinary Washington quarter from 2006, part of the popular 50-state quarters program. But a few of these coins were struck with a major error, the wrong mint mark. Instead of the typical P for Philadelphia, some of these coins somehow ended up with an 1889 mint mark. How did this happen? It's still a bit of a mystery, but one thing's for sure, this error has made these coins incredibly rare, and collectors are going wild for them. So, let's talk about the money, the part everyone's excited about. Right now, this 2006 P quarter with the 1889 mint mark is valued at $38,600. Yes, you heard that correctly, this quarter, which you could easily overlook as pocket change, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But why is it worth so much? Well, it comes down to a few factors. First and foremost, it's the rarity. Errors like this just don't happen very often, and when they do, collectors will pay big bucks to get their hands on one. Coins with unusual errors or misprints are highly sought after, and the more unique the error, the higher the value. Host, showing the coin on screen. Another reason for the high price is the condition of the coin. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth far more than those that show signs of wear and tear. So if you're lucky enough to find one of these error quarters in mint condition, you've got a real treasure on your hands. Okay, now for the part you've all been waiting for, how can you tell if you have this rare coin in your collection? It's actually pretty simple if you know what to look for. First, grab any 2006 quarters you have, and take a close look at the obverse, or the front, of the coin. This is where Washington's face is, and you should see a mint mark near the bottom of the coin, just to the right of his neck. Normally, if the coin was minted in Philadelphia, it would have a P mint mark. But what you're looking for here is a very specific error. Instead of the P, some of these coins were struck with an 1889 marking, usually very small and subtle. You might need a magnifying glass or a coin loop to get a really good look. The misprint might be a little worn down, especially if the coin has been circulated, but if you see that 1889 marking, you could be sitting on a fortune. Now, let's talk a little more about the market. Right now, as of 2024, the current market value for one of these error quarters is sitting at $38,600. That's a staggering amount for a coin that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. And from what I've seen, demand is only increasing. In the world of coin collecting, rarity and demand play huge roles in determining a coin's value, and right now, these error quarters are a hot commodity. If you have one in excellent condition, it could be worth even more in the future. Some experts are predicting that the value could climb even higher as collectors scramble to get their hands on these rare coins. So, what do you do if you think you found one of these rare coins? Well, if you're looking to sell, you'll want to go through the proper channels to ensure you get the best price. First, I'd recommend getting your coin professionally graded. There are several grading services like PCGS or NGC that can authenticate and grade your coin, and a higher grade can significantly increase its value. Once you have that, you can look into auction houses or online platforms like heritage auctions, where rare coins often sell for top dollar. But remember, don't rush to sell it right away. The market for rare coins like this one can fluctuate, and holding on to your coin for a little while longer could pay off big time if the value continues to rise. So, there you have it, the 2006 P1889 Mint Mark Quarter is an incredibly rare and valuable error coin, with a current market value of $38,600 and climbing. If you're a coin collector or even just someone with a few old quarters lying around, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at your collection. You never know, you could be holding on to a piece of history that's worth a small fortune. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot valuable treasures, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. And don't forget to drop a comment below if you found any rare coins recently. I'd love to hear your stories. We're diving deep into a fascinating and valuable coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 2005 D1850 Mint Mark Quarter Dollar. This rare gem is skyrocketing in value, and today, we'll break down everything you need to know about why this coin is worth big money, up to a staggering $48,600 in today's market. Money bag. Before we dive into its value, let's talk a little about the history of this unique quarter. The 2005 D1850 Mint Mark Quarter is a part of the 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008. These quarters were issued by the United States Mint to honor each state. In 2005, the U.S. Mint released 5 special quarters to commemorate California, Minnesota, Oregon, Kansas, and West Virginia. Each of these quarters had a unique design that represented the history and heritage of the respective state, but we're focusing on the 2005 D Kansas quarter, specifically, the "In God We Rust" error variety and some ultra-rare minting mistakes that can make these coins incredibly valuable. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this specific coin so special? The D Mint mark signifies that the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. But there's an interesting twist. Certain 2005 D Kansas quarters feature a minting error, and these errors are what collectors are paying top dollar for. These coins are often referred to as the "In God We Rust" error quarters, due to a striking defect where the T in trust is faint or missing altogether. So, where does the 1850 come into play? It's actually a key part of a larger legend in the coin collecting world. Some rare 2005 D Kansas quarters feature a mysterious mint mark that resembles the number 1850, and these ultra-rare quarters are commanding attention at auctions. Speculation surrounds whether this is a true mint error or a deliberate, rare collector's edition that slipped through the cracks. Either way, when it comes to coins like these, collectors are willing to pay big bucks for these oddities. Now, combine this with the highly sought-after Kansas quarter error, and you've got yourself a recipe for a seriously valuable coin. If you've got one of these rare variants, you could be holding on to something worth tens of thousands of dollars. But what makes these coins worth up to $48,600 today? Let's break it down. First, rarity is key. Coins with mint errors are typically far less common than their perfect counterparts. And when it comes to errors like the "In God We Rust" variation, the rarity increases even more because it was a unique minting mistake. The 1850 mint mark error adds an additional layer of rarity and intrigue, making these coins especially sought after by collectors. Second, condition matters. If your coin is in mint or near mint condition, it will naturally fetch a higher price. Coins graded MS 65 or higher highly desirable. A coin with a unique error in pristine condition could be worth a small fortune, hence the staggering price tag we're seeing for some of these coins. Third, it's all about demand. Rare coins with minting errors are like treasures to collectors. As demand increases, so does the price. And as of 2024, we're seeing unprecedented demand for error coins like the 2005 D1850 Mint Mark Quarter. With some selling for as much as $48,600 at high-end auctions, collectors are scrambling to get their hands on them. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? Let's break it down step by step. Look for the D mint mark. First, check the front of the coin, just below George Washington's portrait. If you see a small D, that means it was minted in Denver. This is the first clue you might have a 2005 D Kansas quarter. Check for the "In God We Rust" error. Take a closer look at the word trust. Is the T faint, missing, or barely visible? If so, you've got one of the famous minting error coins. Look for the 1850 mint mark. Now, this is the tricky part. Get a magnifying glass and inspect the area around the mint mark. If you see any irregularities that resemble the numbers 1850, you could be holding one of the rarest Kansas quarters in existence. Now, let's talk about what you can do if you think you found one of these valuable coins. As of 2024, the market value for these error quarters has soared, with some selling for as high as $48,600 at auction. But before you rush to sell, make sure to get your coin professionally graded. Services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, will evaluate your coin's condition, rarity, and authenticity. The higher the grade, the more money you can potentially get. Once your coin is graded, you can sell it through a variety of methods: online auction sites like eBay, where collectors often bid up the price, coin dealers or coin shows where you can interact with collectors face-to-face. High-end coin auctions where rare coins fetch top dollar. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 2005 D 1850 mint mark quarter, and why it's worth so much money today. If you think you've got one of these rare error coins, it could be your ticket to a big payday. Dollar banknote. We've got something truly special to talk about, a quarter that looks pretty normal at first glance but could actually be worth some serious cash. And when I say serious, I mean up to $58,600. Yes, you heard that right, $58,600 for a simple-looking 1990 P mint mark quarter. How crazy is that? Alright, first things first, let's talk about what the 1990 P mint mark quarter is. This quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. The P mint mark indicates that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the key mints in the U.S. But what makes this seemingly common quarter so special? And how can it possibly be worth over $50,000? So here's where things get interesting. A typical 1990 P mint mark quarter is worth just its face value, 25 cents, but there's a rare error that happened with a few of these coins. And it's this error that makes these quarters worth big money. There are a few specific things that collectors look for when determining the value of these coins. One of the biggest reasons some 1990 P quarters are so valuable is due to the condition of the coin. If the coin is in mint state condition, it becomes highly sought after by collectors. But that's not all. We also have a variety of error coins and other unique characteristics to look out for that really increase the value. Now, let's get into the details of what to look for. The 1990 P quarter that sold for $58,600 was in pristine condition, yes, but the biggest reason for its high value is because it was a double die error coin. That's right, error coins can fetch insane amounts at auctions, and in the case of the 1990 P, some of these coins have a doubling on certain elements of the coin, like Washington's profile, the date, or the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust. Coins with this kind of doubling are extremely rare, and that's what makes them so valuable. Not all quarters from 1990 have this error, so if you happen to have one, you've essentially hit the coin collector's jackpot. A similar 1990 P quarter with doubling sold at auction for over $58,000. Can you imagine how life-changing that would be? So, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1990 P quarter is worth a fortune? Well, the first step is to check the condition of your coin. The most valuable coins are graded by professional services like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The higher the grade, the higher the value. For example, a 1990 P quarter in MS 60 condition might fetch a couple of $100s, but when you get to MS 67 or MS 68, especially if it has a rare error, that's when the value skyrockets. In fact, the 1990p quarter that sold for $58,600 was graded MS-68, which is nearly perfect. Combine that with a rare error, and you've got yourself one of the most valuable quarters out there. So, how can you check if your quarter has the potential to be worth thousands? It's pretty simple. Look at the mint mark, make sure you have a P under the date. This is important because different mint marks, like D for Denver, are not what we're looking for here. Examine the coin closely. If you see any doubling on the lettering or Washington's portrait, that's a great sign. You can use a magnifying glass or even a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. Check the condition. The less wear and tear, the better. Coins with scratches, dings, or a lot of circulation wear won't be worth as much, but even in average condition, an error coin can still fetch a decent price. If you think you have something special, get it graded. A professional grading service can confirm the value of your coin and help you potentially sell it for top dollar. Alright, so let's say you've checked your change jar and, boom, you think you've got a valuable 1990p quarter. What do you do next? Well, here's a simple guide to follow. Don't clean the coin. This is super important. Cleaning a coin can actually decrease its value because it removes the natural patina that collectors love. Even if it looks dirty, leave it as is, get it appraised, find a reputable coin dealer or a professional grading service to appraise your coin. This will help you determine its true value. Consider auctioning it. If your coin is in great condition and has a rare error, you might want to consider selling it at auction. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are known for selling rare coins for big bucks. A lot of these rare error coins go for far more at auction than selling them privately. Enjoy your find. Whether you decide to sell it or keep it in your collection, just enjoy the fact that you found a piece of history that's worth so much money. Not many people can say they've held a $58,000 quarter in their hands. So there you have it, folks. The 1990p mint mark quarter might look like an ordinary coin, but it could be worth thousands of dollars if you have the right one. Remember, look for those rare errors and get your coin graded if you think it's special. Now it's time for you to go check your change jar, wallet, or that stack of coins on your dresser. Who knows? You might have a small fortune just sitting around waiting to be discovered. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1982 mint mark quarter dollar, where a rare find could make you richer by $68,600. So, grab your coin collection and let's get started. Before we talk about why this coin is worth a fortune, let's first explore its history. Cut to images of coin presses and the Denver Mint, showing the process of coins being minted. In 1982, the U.S. Mint experienced a few notable changes. It was a transitional period, and the Mint decided not to produce mint sets or proof sets for the general public, unlike most other years. Because of this, many coins, including the 1982 mint mark quarter, were only circulated in regular channels. But here's the kicker, there was an unusually high rate of errors in 1982, making these coins especially valuable to collectors today. This quarter was minted in Denver, which is why it has the D mint mark on it. But not every 1982 D quarter is worth big money. The key is finding one in near-perfect condition or with a rare error. And that's what we're here to talk about. So, what makes this little coin so special? Let's break it down. Graphic overlay shows a bullet point list. No mint sets produced in 1982. In 1982, the Mint didn't produce any official mint sets, which means that all 1982 quarters had to survive through circulation. That alone makes high-grade 1982 quarters incredibly rare, as they were never set aside in pristine condition for collectors. High error rate. Many of the quarters from this year, especially from the Denver Mint, had errors. These can include double dies, weak strikes, or off-center strikes. Such errors can significantly boost the coin's value. Condition matters. MS-67 or higher, like any collectible, condition is everything. A regular 1982 D quarter found in your pocket change might be worth only 25 cents, but if you find one in MS-67 condition, which means it's almost flawless. That's where things get interesting. At this grade or higher, these coins are highly sought after by collectors and investors. So, you're probably wondering, just how rare is a high-grade 1982 D quarter? Cut to a chart showing population reports from PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. According to population reports, very few 1982 D quarters have been graded MS67 or higher. Out of the millions of quarters minted in 1982, only a small fraction have survived in such pristine condition. In fact, in recent years, only around 30 to 40 examples in this high grade have been verified by the top grading services. And when demand far outweighs supply, prices soar. That's exactly what we're seeing with these 1982 D quarters. Now, let's talk about the real jaw-dropper, the recent sale of a 1982 D quarter for $68,600. Cut to a news headline graphic showing the record-breaking auction sale. In August 2022, a collector's dream came true when a 1982 D quarter in MS67 plus condition was sold at auction for an astonishing $68,600. Why such a high price, you ask? Well, this coin was in virtually perfect condition, and given the rarity of high-grade 1982 D quarters, collectors were willing to pay big bucks to own a piece of history. Host on screen, this sale has sparked a surge of interest in 1982 quarters, with collectors scouring their collections and old rolls of coins, hoping to strike gold, or should I say, silver. Host on screen, alright, so how do you know if you have a valuable 1982 D quarter sitting in your pocket change or coin jar? Close-up shots of a quarter under magnification, with the host showing key details. First, check for the D mint mark under the eagle's tail on the reverse side. If your quarter has that, you've got the right mint. Now, here's what else to look for. Condition: look for minimal wear. The fewer scratches, nicks, and blemishes, the better. If it's been in circulation, it probably won't be in MS67 condition, but you never know, there are some lucky finds out there. Mint errors: check for unusual markings, doubled letters, or numbers, and any other striking errors. These can dramatically increase a coin's value. Get it graded. If you think you have a high-grade coin, it's time to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll officially grade it, and that could be your ticket to a high payday. Host on screen. So, what's the current market value of the 1982 D quarter? Well, prices vary based on condition. Here's a breakdown. If your 1982 D quarter has been in circulation and shows wear, it's probably only worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if it's a bit nicer, you might get $1 to $3 from a collector. In lower uncirculated grades, the value can jump to around $50 to $300, depending on the exact condition. But here's the big money: if your coin is in MS67 or higher condition, we're talking thousands of dollars. As we mentioned earlier, an MS67 Plus coin recently sold for $68,600, and the prices for similar grades have been steadily increasing. Host on screen. Even if your 1982 D quarter isn't worth tens of thousands, finding one in good condition can still bring in a nice profit, especially as the demand for these coins continues to rise. So, there you have it, the story behind the 1982 D mint mark quarter dollar and why it's worth keeping an eye out for. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves treasure hunting, the possibility of finding a rare coin like this is incredibly exciting. Remember, the key to making big money from your 1982 D quarter is condition, rarity, and errors. If you think you found something special, don't hesitate to get it graded. You never know, you might be holding onto a $68,600 treasure. We've got something truly exciting to talk about: the 2015 D mint mark quarter dollar coins that are worth big money. We're going to cover why this coin is so valuable, its features, and how you could potentially have a small fortune lying in your pocket change or coin jar right now. Oh, and stick around because the current market value of this coin has reached an astounding $28,600. Yep, you heard that right, $28,600. Let's get into it. So first off, what exactly is the 2015 D Mint Mark Quarter Dollar? Well, this is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started in 2010 and continued until 2021. Each coin in this series features a national park or national site on the reverse, while the obverse still displays the iconic profile of George Washington. But for this video, we're talking specifically about the 2015 quarter, minted in Denver, hence the D Mint Mark. Now, not all 2015 D Mint Mark quarters are worth thousands of dollars, but a select few are making collectors and numismatists absolutely wild. So what makes these coins so special? Well, let's break it down. First up is rarity. The 2015 D Mint Mark quarter comes from the Denver Mint, which means it's a common coin in circulation, but there's a catch. Some of these quarters have minting errors, and it's these errors that make the coin incredibly valuable. Now, mint errors can come in various forms, from double strikes to off-center coins, and even die cracks. For example, the most valuable versions of this coin include those with dramatic errors like double dies or misaligned strikes. These errors occur during the minting process and are extremely rare, making them highly sought after by collectors. Sometimes, even a small flaw can drastically increase a coin's value. Another factor driving the value of these coins is their grade, particularly those graded mint state 68, MS 68, or higher. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Most circulated coins fall well below this grade, but for collectors, finding a 2015 D quarter in MS 68 or higher is like hitting the jackpot. A 2015 D quarter in mint state 68 or better can skyrocket in value because of its pristine condition. And get this, some collectors and auction houses have paid tens of thousands of dollars for these high-grade quarters. Now, let's talk about the current market value that has everyone buzzing. The highest price ever paid for a 2015 D Mint Mark quarter, graded at MS 68, was recently recorded at a jaw-dropping $28,600. That's right, a single quarter sold for the price of a new car or a down payment on a house. This particular coin was sold at a well-known auction house, where bidders fought to add this rare beauty to their collection. The reason it fetched such a high price? It had zero imperfections, was perfectly struck, and came with that coveted error, making it one of a kind. While not every 2015 D quarter will be worth this much, it's always worth checking your change. Who knows, maybe you'll find one that could fetch a significant price at auction. So, how do you know if you've got a 2015 D quarter that's worth big money? Here are a few quick tips. Check for the D Mint Mark. This will be located on the obverse, to the right of George Washington's portrait. If you see a P or S, that's from Philadelphia or San Francisco, and those aren't the coins we're talking about, look for errors. Pay close attention to the coin's surface for any doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Even a slight misprint can increase its value exponentially. Get it graded. If you think you found a valuable coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm its grade, and that could lead to a serious payday. Check the condition. Coins with minimal wear, especially those found in rolls or that have been well preserved, are the ones worth grading. So, let's say you found a 2015 D quarter that you think is worth big money. What's next? Well, if you're looking to sell, here are a few tips to ensure you get top dollar. Get it graded. As I mentioned before, having your coin professionally graded is a must if you're aiming for big bucks. Choose the right auction house. Coins like this should be sold through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They specialize in rare coins and have the right connections to get you the best price. Sell online. You can also list your coin on eBay or other coin-specific marketplaces. Make sure you include clear, high-quality photos and details of the coin's condition and any errors it may have. Consult a professional. If you're unsure about how to proceed, talk to a numismatics expert. They can give you advice on pricing and where to sell. So there you have it, folks. The 2015 D Mint Mark Quarter Dollar, a coin that could be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Whether it's a minting error or a pristine, high-grade coin, you never know what might be sitting in your spare change. Be sure to check your coins, and who knows? You could be sitting on a treasure. We're diving into the 2019 D Mint Mark Quarter Dollar coins that are turning heads in the coin collecting community. Some of these coins are now worth a mind-blowing $18,600. You don't want to miss this one. So, sit tight, and let's break it all down. Before we dive into the crazy value of these coins, let's start with a little background. In 2019, the U.S. Mint launched a new series of quarters as part of their ongoing America the Beautiful Quarters program. These quarters celebrated national parks and significant historical sites from different states. The 2019 quarters featured beautiful designs showcasing places like Lowell National Historical Park, San Antonio Missions, and American Memorial Park. But what collectors are particularly interested in are the ones with the D Mint mark, indicating they were minted in Denver, Colorado. So, what's the big deal about the 2019 D Mint Mark quarters? Well, it all comes down to rarity and condition. While millions of these coins were minted, only a few have been found in near-perfect condition, and that's where the big money comes in. Coins that are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in top-tier condition, what collectors call MS67, MS68, or higher, are incredibly rare. And rarity equals value. So, if you find a 2019 D quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might be holding on to a goldmine. But here's the kicker: why are these quarters selling for such insane prices? Well, there's been a huge surge in interest from collectors who want to complete their collections of these modern quarters, and they're willing to pay big for coins in perfect shape. Imagine this: a 2019 D quarter, graded MS68 by PCGS, recently sold for a whopping $18,600. That's right, folks, 18 grand for a quarter. That's more than some cars cost. So, why is this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. Alright, now let's talk about how you can identify a valuable 2019 D Mint Mark quarter. First, you'll want to look closely for the D Mint mark, which is located on the front, just to the right of George Washington's portrait. Next, you want to carefully inspect the coin for any signs of wear and tear. If you've got a quarter that's been in circulation, meaning it's been used in everyday transactions, its value is going to be a lot lower. But if you have a coin that's in mint, uncirculated condition, it could be worth thousands. Look for any blemishes, scratches, or discoloration. A perfect, shiny surface is what you're aiming for. If you think you have a top-grade coin, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded. Now, here's a super important tip: if you think your 2019 D quarter is in fantastic shape, you'll want to send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will examine your coin, grade it, and then seal it in a protective case, called a slab, with a certification of its condition. Coins graded MS67, MS68, or higher are extremely rare, which is why they're commanding such high prices on the market. And grading can make all the difference. A quarter that looks perfect to the naked eye might have tiny flaws that lower its grade and value, so it's worth the investment to get a professional opinion. Now, let's talk about the current market. Over the past few years, the value of top-graded 2019 D quarters has skyrocketed. Just a few months ago, one sold for $18,600 at auction, and other coins graded MS67 or MS68 are consistently fetching prices in the thousands of dollars. Of course, the coin market can fluctuate, but right now, collectors are hot for these quarters. If you have one, especially in high grade, now might be the perfect time to cash in. So, you found a 2019 D quarter, and it looks like it might be valuable. What's next? Where can you sell it to get top dollar? Here are a few. First, online auction sites like eBay and heritage auctions are popular places where collectors are looking to buy rare coins. Make sure to have your coin professionally graded and certified before listing it. That will give potential buyers confidence in what they're purchasing. Another option is to visit a local coin shop or attend coin shows where you can meet collectors face to face. In some cases, you might even get a better deal in person because you won't have to pay seller fees. Alright, coin collectors, that's the lowdown on the 2019 D Mint Mark quarter dollars. Who would have thought that a modern quarter could be worth up to $18,600, right? If you've got one of these gems in your pocket or collection, you might want to check its condition ASAP. Remember, rarity and grading are everything when it comes to coin value, so get those quarters checked and graded. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this video helpful, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin tips, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on big money opportunities hiding in your change jar. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin? Drop a comment below and let us know your story. Until next time, keep collecting and keep searching, you never know what treasure you'll find.